awareness in order to get more people interested in actually filling out the surveys. Because the class I talked to, actually, there were a few people who declined to do it. So there's always going to be that subset that don't want to fill out a survey.
Yeah.
So we obviously need to kind of raise awareness to get more people to give us some data to analyze.
I also wonder just about push. Is it like, what is the incentive? Why are they targeting presidents of universities? Is there an incentive for the university to, you know, implement this club or this program? Is there a cost involved?
So having something like push labeled with your university, of course, looks really great. So I'm sure it's a huge kind of like publicity type of thing that you can gain from it. Also, just having a president agree to kind of help raise awareness, you're going to get, you know, maybe 30,000 students interested and knowledgeable about hunger awareness. So just having the president involved means that she or he is going to spread the word throughout the university. So that's kind of like the aim behind that.
Also, not to add on, not to mention that there's about 30 universities that are involved in this program right now, and all of those presidents are very passionate about hunger, so they all meet up and they discuss, you know, all of the initiatives that could be taken on campus to raise awareness of hunger.
Why was it important to do a chi-square data analysis? Can you go back to that slide? Because
Sure.
I didn't necessarily understand. I'm sorry, what?
Nothing, go ahead.
Oh, no, I didn't necessarily understand because you guys kind of flew over it.
Okay, so the fact that 40% of surveyed students were neutral towards it,
Right.
we wanted to make sure that that was actually, you know, significant. Because maybe, you know, 17% of students participating would be enough, but we believed with only 100 participants that probably wasn't a significant amount.
Okay.
So we did the chi-square to prove that 40%
Okay.
was a significant data amount.
All right, just making sure.
Maybe this is just more commentary than anything, but are you aware of what has been done on campus with the hunger issue and Bear Down Against Hunger for the last 4 years?
Yes.
Did you participate in that as an ambassador, or
No.
was Frank Santiago this last year? But I sponsored it. Well, I guess I sponsored it, co-organized it for 4 years in a row. So for 5 years we've done it. And it's hard. It's hard to get students to get out of their busy schedules to do a meal packaging event, much less go to a club meeting. We didn't do any of the club meeting part, but we found with meal packaging that you get the best attendance in doing that if you give extra credit in your classroom.
And that's also another great idea that we could think about implementing in the future, is try and give some incentive for students to participate. Even though hunger is kind of, you know, a dreary issue and it's very prevalent, with students this age, you might need to offer some sort of reward for actually doing something about it, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah. No,
And I was wondering, I don't know about the Bear Down Against Hunger events from the past, but with this club, is it focused on global hunger issues? Is it focused locally, nationally? It seemed like from the first video you guys showed, that's kind of a global scale, but I wonder if it was more, especially, you know, in southern Arizona, it's like our statistics are worse than a lot of the rest of the country. If you would be able to generate some sort of more interest. I don't know, did you have a scope in mind?
So I believe that the overall thing was on a global scale, but when you're getting that community collaboration, you're raising awareness with, you know, family members, friends, neighbors. So just having that awareness spread out through your community would engage people to kind of do something locally on a local scale, instead of thinking about the big picture. Because yes, there are, you know, people starving across the world, but you also don't want to ignore your neighbor 2 doors down that can't afford food.
And there's universities all over, even internationally, that are part of this program. So it is definitely a world organization, and they have like a meeting every year, I believe in the UK, where the presidents come together and they just share ideas about how to feed people and stuff.
Are there any further questions?
how'd you find out about this program? Or was it handed to you?
It was through the Dean's Leadership 50. We're all kind of placed in a group based on our interest.
Okay.
And yeah, it was basically through this organization
Yeah.
that we were able to have this opportunity.
It came through a friend who has a fellowship at APLU. They're a U of A alum, actually they're a CALS alum, and they decided they wanted to see if it was feasible, and they wanted a student point of view on it. So they asked me to pass it along to the leadership 15.
Interesting.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.